Hey guys, so first of all, I want to super apologize for the delay in even making this video. My intention throughout my first menstrual cup experience period was to hop on and do like a daily video or whatever. And on that very second day, I was like, you know what, I actually can't do that because I wanted to be able to physically show you the cup, and when the cup is being used, I obviously cannot show it to you. So, I didn't ever make the video. And then my son turned 3 and I went back to work and just life happened. And so I never got around to making this sort of follow-up video of how my first period using a menstrual cup went. So now that I'm not on my period anymore, and it's like 2 weeks later, not 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, I can finally show it to you. So if you watched my first video and you remember sort of the issue, well, one, here's my cup, right? Here's my cup now. So okay, you're gonna have to wait, bud. I told you I'm making a video. This is a salt cup, and it came when it came in the package, right? And you can see this in my previous video. There was like a little nub here that it helps with removal, and I was having issues with that basically rubbing, like it was basically sticking out, right? So my cup was like in, it was further than that, right? And then the little nub was like hanging out. So that was an issue. And I kept inserting it and having to remove it and try again. Felt like I wasn't getting the correct suction because I kept falling back down. But I also felt like if it didn't have this nub, which was a pretty long nub, that I would be totally fine. So I ended up doing some surgery, obviously, and I actually saved them so that I could show you. I'm sure you can't see like how long they are. I'm gonna try and stack them up for you guys so you can see, but like that's a pretty substantial length, right? So in my research and doing all of my research before I even decided to try a menstrual cup, I saw that a lot of the videos that people made, like their cup didn't even have a nub, like it just looked like this. And so I was like, well, why does mine even have that? And I'm not even using it to remove it. So like, do I really need the nub? Like it's obviously not gonna get lost up in there. So I started cutting away. So I cut the first part off so that that's all that was in there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then that still was too much. So I cut off more, and I wanted to leave at least a little bit of something because that gave me like a peace of mind, or gave me peace of mind. And then that was still too much. So I cut that off. And I ended up with this, and I took like a pumice stone and just like rubbed this down so that it's not pokey in any way, shape, or form. And it was so much better, so much better. There was no rubbage, none of that. But I still I'm still having, I guess, trouble getting that like suction to stay where I want it to be, as high as I want this to be, because in theory, with the menstrual cup, not in theory, you're not supposed to be able to feel it at all. And mine will stay up there for a while and then it slowly falls down. So like, I don't know if it's not big enough or I don't really know. I'm still playing with it, obviously. But second day, so my flow in general, right, is typically like 1 day of spotting, 1 day of, or like maybe 12 hours of like a heavier than spotty flow. I have 1 heavy day, which is the whole reason why I wanted to even switch to a menstrual cup anyways. And when I say heavy cup, right, I'm sorry, heavy flow, I mean like can't leave the house, like have to change my tampon every hour, for fear of like murder scene. So with this, right, and then it's done. It's like 12 hours or 24 hours of heavy flow, and then I'm just basically done. Like it just turns off. So on the first day, I made all of these like sort of alterations to my cup. And still I was having the issue where it was like, it was starting up, but then I felt like it was coming slowly, and it was just like always sort of a little bit hanging out. Or just not even hanging out, but lower than I wanted it to be. And so in my research, in watching tons of YouTube videos and how-tos and whatever, somebody suggested or said that some people have better success when they turn their cup inside out. So after doing all of this surgery and everything else, I decided to try that. So basically I just took my cup from like this and turned it inside out like this, right? So it basically removes that last tip part. Super successful like this. I had better suctioning with it this way. It stayed up further, longer. When it did slide down, it was not as uncomfortable. I could always, like when I peed or whatever, just push it back up there. And I learned on my heavy flow day that I cannot go 12 hours without changing or emptying my menstrual cup. So that's something to note, right? Like, especially if you're trying it for the first time, you probably want to go like maybe 4 hours and see how the cup fills up, how you fill your cup. I certainly didn't learn that I couldn't go 12 hours by letting there be an overflow, but I did change my cup at about the 6 or 7 hour mark, and it was completely full. So, you know, that's just something to make note of. Was I happy with my first attempt at using my menstrual cup? Absolutely. I'm sold. I'm in, even with still trying to like really get the suction so that it stays up there and doesn't slide down. I'm still sold, right? Still way better than having to change a tampon every couple of hours. I had absolutely no leakage whatsoever, even with a full cup. So that's also something. The whole reason I decided to even switch to a menstrual cup or even give it a try, the last 2 menstrual cycles I have had to wash our sheets because I have murder scene, right? I have, the tampon didn't work. It was too much. I don't want to have to wear. Okay, I'll be right there. Sorry, my son's potty training and won't go by himself. Okay, I'm coming. Do you want to come say hi real fast? We'll end this video. I ended up having to wash my sheets, and I don't want to have to do that, right? Hey, leave that there. So successful. I love this. I'm in. I'm sold. If you have, excuse me, sir, that's disgusting. If you have specific questions, I am happy to answer them. You can absolutely comment down below and I will get back to you, but I am in. So if you've even considering it, like really it's worth the $30 or $40 or $20 or however much you want to spend on the menstrual cup that you want to try to give it a shot, because I don't have to continue to buy one of these every month. I don't have to buy tampons every month. I don't have to pollute the earth with my tampons. And can you please stop? Thank you very much. I don't have to pollute the earth with my tampons and fight with, you know, my plumber with clogged toilet and all of those other things, right? So I'm in. This is a win for me. You guys should try it. Hopefully that helps some of you. And I need to take him to the bathroom. Peace out. Bye.